China's largest electric vehicle company has spent years proving that it can build batteries, motors, power electronics, and complete cars at enormous scale. Now BYD is moving deeper into the part of the vehicle that may matter most next decade, the computer that controls intelligent driving. The company has unveiled its Hailo-8 processor. BYD describes it as China's first domestically designed 4-nanometer chip built specifically for advanced driving systems. One chip delivers around 700 trillion operations per second. A 3-chip configuration exceeds 2,100 TOPS, and BYD says the processor has already entered chip-level mass production. A Chinese automaker is no longer satisfied with buying batteries, sensors, software, and processors from separate suppliers. BYD wants to control the complete stack. But the headline needs an important qualification. The Hailo-8 has not yet been independently proven to beat Nvidia's best automotive platform. Mass production of the chip does not mean millions of BYD vehicles are already using it. And a 4-nanometer design does not prove that the processor is fabricated entirely with Chinese manufacturing equipment. Still, BYD is clearly trying to turn the vehicle into a vertically integrated platform, with the processor, software, sensors, battery, motors, and architecture developed around one system. The question is whether BYD can use its scale to make those chips an industry standard. Why BYD built its own car brain? Modern vehicles are becoming computers on wheels. Cameras, radar, LiDAR, ultrasonic sensors, navigation systems, battery controls, entertainment displays, and driver assistance software all generate enormous amounts of data. That information must be processed quickly enough for the vehicle to recognize lanes, detect pedestrians, predict nearby traffic, and decide when to brake or change direction. Traditional vehicles divided these tasks among many separate control units. Advanced driving requires tighter coordination, larger neural networks, millisecond decisions, and safe operation even when one component fails. This is why automotive computing is moving towards centralized platforms. Instead of dozens of isolated control units, more functions are combined inside a smaller number of powerful computers. The Hailo-8 is designed for that transition. It is the centerpiece of a compact central computing platform, intended to connect intelligent driving, the digital cockpit, and core vehicle control functions. That gives BYD more control over how information moves through the car. It also allows the company to optimize the processor around its own vehicles, instead of adapting every design to a general-purpose chip from another supplier. What 700 TOPS really means. The number attached to the Hailo-8 is 700 TOPS. TOPS means trillions of operations per second. It is commonly used to describe the peak performance of artificial intelligence accelerators. A higher number can support more camera feeds, larger neural networks, or several models at once. But TOPS should not be treated like horsepower. 2 chips with the same advertised number may deliver very different real-world performance. The result depends on numerical precision, memory bandwidth, software efficiency, thermal limits, and how much of the processor can actually be used by the workload. BYD says the Hailo-8 includes a 16-core CPU and around 273 gigabytes per second of memory bandwidth. One chip provides roughly 700 TOPS, while 3 working together exceed 2,100 TOPS. That is an enormous figure for a passenger vehicle. However, 3 chips do not automatically behave like one perfectly unified processor. The system must distribute work efficiently, move data between chips, avoid duplication, and manage power and heat. The important question is not only how much peak performance exists, it is how much useful performance the software can extract in real traffic. BYD says combining the chip with its own algorithms improves computing utilization. That is one reason vertical integration matters. The company can design models around the exact structure of the processor, then adjust the hardware around the software's needs. Why 3 chips? Most vehicles will not require 2,100 TOPS. A basic assisted driving system can operate with far less. Premium vehicles, however, may run cameras, LiDAR, radar, perception models, parking, driver monitoring, and cockpit intelligence simultaneously. 3 chips give BYD room to divide workloads and create redundancy, with separate processors potentially handling perception, planning, cockpit functions, or backup capacity. Level 3 and Level 4 systems require more than speed. Level 3 automation can allow the vehicle to control itself under limited conditions, but the human driver may still need to take over. Level 4 systems are designed to operate without human control inside defined areas or situations. Supporting those levels requires fail operational design. If one component stops working, the system must remain safe. Extra processors, independent power paths, redundant sensors, and multiple communication networks can all contribute. BYD says the Xuanji A3 is designed to support future Level 3 and Level 4 systems. That does not mean every vehicle carrying the chip will immediately become autonomous. Regulation, software validation, sensors, mapping, and road conditions still determine what the car is legally and technically allowed to do. The Nvidia comparison. Nvidia has spent years building one of the strongest automotive computing ecosystems in the world. Its drive platform combines processors, networking, development tools, simulation software, and artificial intelligence models. Automakers do not simply purchase a chip. They purchase access to an established software platform with global engineering support. That is hard to replace. BYD's advantage is different. It does not need to sell the Xuanji A3 to every automaker in the world to make the project successful. BYD can deploy the chip across its own enormous vehicle portfolio. That creates a guaranteed internal customer. Each vehicle can generate data, receive software improvements, and reuse parts of the same architecture. Nvidia must support many brands, while BYD can optimize around its own sensors, batteries, motors, networks, and factories. This does not prove BYD has beaten Nvidia. Nvidia still has deeper experience in AI software, simulation, developer tools, and advanced computing. But BYD may not need to win a direct benchmark battle. It may only need a processor that is powerful, efficient, reliable, and cheap enough for its own cars. The mass production claim. BYD says the Xuanji A3 has entered mass production. That claim must be interpreted carefully. Chip-level mass production means the processor has moved beyond a small laboratory sample. It suggests that the design has completed major validation steps and is being manufactured in meaningful quantities. But it does not necessarily mean the chip is already installed across BYD's current vehicle range. Automotive deployment moves slowly because chips must survive vibration, humidity, voltage changes, extreme temperatures, and long service periods. The full system also needs software validation, sensor integration, cybersecurity testing, and safety approval. Reports indicate that the first major vehicle deployments may arrive later, potentially beginning with premium BYD brands before spreading into higher volume models. So the breakthrough is real, but the rollout should not be exaggerated. The Xuanji A3 is entering the production phase. Its true impact will become visible when BYD reveals which vehicles use it, how many chips are installed, and what driving functions are activated. Who actually manufacturs it? Another major question is fabrication. BYD designed the Xuanji A3, but designing a chip and manufacturing it are different businesses. A 4-nanometer processor requires advanced lithography, materials, process control, packaging, and testing. BYD has extensive semiconductor operations, especially in automotive power electronics and mature node components. But there is no clear evidence that BYD manufactures this particular processor entirely inside its own factories. Chinese automakers and chip designers still depend heavily on outside foundries for leading-edge production, including manufacturers in Taiwan and South Korea. That means the Xuanji A3 is a major step toward design independence, but not necessarily complete supply chain independence. A company can control the architecture, software, and roadmap while still relying on foreign fabrication. That is strategically valuable, but trade restrictions or supply disruptions could still affect production. BYD's long-term challenge is larger than designing one successful chip. It must secure fabrication capacity, advanced packaging, memory, and automotive-grade testing at the scale required for millions of vehicles. BYD's vertical integration advantage. BYD began as a battery company. It later expanded into vehicles, electric motors, power electronics, semiconductors, energy storage, and manufacturing equipment. This vertical integration has helped BYD lower costs and react when supply chains become unstable. The Xuanji A3 extends that strategy into advanced computing, connecting its batteries, electric drive systems, vehicle platforms, and assisted driving software. The driving system could share information more directly with braking, steering, suspension, battery management, navigation, and the cockpit. That could reduce latency and simplify software updates. It may also lower cost. A processor designed for BYD's exact requirements may avoid features the company does not need. Once production reaches sufficient scale, BYD can spread development costs across a very large number of vehicles. This is where BYD may have an advantage over smaller automakers. Designing an advanced chip costs an enormous amount of money. The investment only makes sense if the company can deploy enough units to recover the expense. BYD has the scale to use the same architecture across several brands vehicle classes, and price categories. The Chinese chip race. BYD is not alone. Chinese automakers are rapidly developing their own intelligent driving processors or working with domestic semiconductor companies. Nano has introduced its own driving chip. XPeng has developed the Turing processor. Li Auto is working on its Mach series hardware. Geely, Huawei, Horizon Robotics, and other companies are also building automotive computing platforms. This competition shows how important the car chip has become. Automakers once differentiated themselves through engines, transmissions, and chassis tuning. In the electric vehicle era, batteries and manufacturing became central. The next competitive layer may be computing. A company that controls the processor can decide how quickly features are added, how data is handled, and how dependent the vehicle remains on suppliers. But fragmentation creates risk. Separate tools and operating systems increase costs and make every platform harder to support. Some automakers may eventually discover that designing chips is too expensive. BYD is better positioned than most because of its scale and its ability to connect the chip directly to its own vehicles. The real economic impact. The biggest opportunity may not be the most expensive autonomous vehicle. It may be bringing advanced computing into affordable cars. BYD has already pushed driver assistance features deeper into mass market segments. If the company controls the processor, it can reduce the amount paid to foreign suppliers and decide how aggressively to spread intelligent driving hardware across its lineup. That could pressure competitors. A feature that begins in a premium vehicle can move into mid-range models once production scales, just as Chinese automakers did with batteries, fast charging, displays, and electric drivetrains. If BYD installs its own chip across hundreds of thousands of vehicles, it gains an enormous data and software advantage. More vehicles create more data, better models, more useful hardware, and a stronger platform. That feedback loop matters far beyond the TOPS number. What remains unproven? Several important questions remain unanswered. We do not yet have independent benchmarks showing how the Xuanji A3 performs against Nvidia Drive Thor, Huawei's automotive platforms, or rival Chinese chips under identical conditions. We do not know the final production cost, real-world power use, manufacturing yield, or volume of secure foundry capacity available to BYD. And we do not know how quickly the chip will move from premium vehicles into mass-market models. The real test will happen on the road. Can the system recognize unusual objects? Can it handle rain, glare, construction zones, and unpredictable drivers? Can it fail safely? Can BYD maintain the software for years? A large TOPS number cannot answer those questions. My take is that the Xuanji A3 is not important because BYD has already defeated Nvidia. It is important because BYD is removing another external dependency from the vehicle. The company already controls batteries, motors, power electronics, and much of its manufacturing. Now it is attempting to control the computing architecture that will define intelligent cars. A single chip delivering around 700 TOPS is significant. A 3-chip system exceeding 2,100 TOPS is visually impressive, but the real advantage is integration. BYD can design the processor, algorithms, sensors, vehicle controls, and production process as one system. That is difficult for a traditional automaker coordinating outside suppliers. Limits remain. The chip may rely on foreign fabrication. Mass production does not equal mass deployment. Level 3 and Level 4 support does not mean fully autonomous. BYD cars are already operating everywhere, and Nvidia remains a much stronger global computing platform. But BYD does not need to replace Nvidia worldwide. It needs to make outside processors less necessary inside its own vehicles. If it succeeds, the company will not simply be an electric car manufacturer. It will become a large-scale automotive computing company with millions of vehicles serving as the deployment platform. That could reshape global competition. So what do you think? Can BYD turn the Xuanji A3 into a genuine alternative to Nvidia's automotive processors? Or will manufacturing limits and software complexity prevent the chip from reaching its full potential? Let me know your view in the comments. And subscribe to Eastern Engine for more grounded coverage of the chips, factories, and engineering decisions reshaping the global economy. Because BYD built its rise on batteries, but its next advantage may come from the computer controlling the car.